Can you just chill there, or you're gonna go outside with your daddy? Thank you. Hello, my name is Kayla. I'm 24 years old, and I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy on March 21st, 2019. So I'm about 5.5 months post-op, and I am officially down 81 pounds. My highest recorded weight is 339, and I say highest recorded weight because I actually don't know if I got any higher, which I think I probably did. But before the surgery, they did put me on an all-liquid diet, so I know that I did end up losing weight. I just don't know how much. So, and then I currently am weighing in at about 258, so yeah, that's about a total loss of 81 pounds in 5.5 months. I am super proud of myself, super excited that I have the motivation to keep going, but I wanted to bring you guys kind of on my journey with me. And also, like, I have some friends that have already kind of asked me some questions, but if any of you guys have any questions that you would like me to answer, my life is an open book. I'll answer anything, the good, the bad, the ugly. So just leave me a comment, or you can direct message me on Instagram. My handle is grande.finale if you want to follow me. I'm going to be posting kind of like workout routines, daily inspiration, some of my weight loss journey, you know, before and after pictures, things like that if you guys want to follow me. So I will be posting on here. I think I'm going to try to post maybe once a week. Maybe it's going to end up being more than that. Kind of about my weight loss journey, my life. Anyways, so I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about my earliest memories of like when I first started to think that like I wasn't normal, like I wasn't just a normal kid. So going like way back to when I was like probably 7 or 8, my earliest memory is probably I was sitting in a Chili's and we were with some family members. And one of my family members, you know, we had ordered appetizers and food and all that, and then the appetizers came out and put right in front of us. And this family member decided to say, guys better make sure you dig in before Kayla gets to it. It was really hurtful, and I don't think that that family member meant for it to be hurtful. I think that they meant for it to kind of be a joke. But I did keep that with me throughout my entire life. To this day, I still remember it. And as you guys know, I have a horrible memory, so to be able to like remember that, that says something. But there was that memory, and then I have other memories of other family members, you know, giving me this look of telling me like if I would be eating, they would just give me this death stare of like, stop, you've had enough. And the worst part about it is like I never felt like I had any issues when I was that age. I never felt like I was bigger. I never felt like I was abnormal or weird until somebody told me that I was, until other people brought it to my attention that I was overweight, that I was eating too much, which I think is kind of sad. But beyond that, you know, I just started to try to be more mindful, I guess, of like what I was eating, who I was around, who was watching me eat, and that made me actually like really self-conscious anytime I would ever put food into my mouth in front of anybody because of those two scenarios when I was a kid. I was also bullied throughout my, you know, I remember on from 2nd grade to like 7th grade I was bullied. I remember one specific guy, he would make whale sounds at me and ask me if I understood him now. So I went to the bathroom in my 8th grade year, and they had those full-length mirrors where you can see your entire body. I looked at myself, and in that moment I just thought I was so fat and I was so disgusting. Looking back at it now, I wasn't. That was the day that I decided to go on a diet. When I first lost the 50 pounds, it was in a very unhealthy way. I was drinking so much water to the point where I didn't feel like I was hungry at all. So I would barely eat. I didn't know at the time that I wasn't intaking enough calories because I just didn't do the research. I had a few friends tell me drink a lot of water and eat healthy, so I ate only salads. I would only eat maybe half of the salad, and I would drink a ton of water. Like I was going to the bathroom 25 plus times a day, and that was not an exaggeration. Every time that I would watch TV, which was at least 6 to 7 hours a day, every single time that a commercial came on, I would get down and do crunches. So the way that I lost the weight originally was extremely unhealthy, but after I lost the weight, I didn't think that I would ever have to lose it again. I just thought that it was off and that I was good for the rest of my life. Boy, was I wrong. Anyways, so as high school kind of continued on, I would gradually gain weight each year, but for me, since I was, always gaining weight. I was always, from a young kid on up, I was always gaining weight, so every year I would always have to go up a pant size, but I didn't think that that was bad or different because that's what I was used to. So every year when I would go up like one pant size, I just assumed that it was normal, it was me growing. I was a growing girl. I never thought that I was ever fat. I always thought that I was like chubby or kind of, thick. But I never thought I was fat until an ex-boyfriend of mine, not gonna get too much into detail with that, but basically just destroyed my self-confidence, which a lot of ex-boyfriends can do, let's be honest. But I'm slowly starting to build myself back. I have a wonderful husband who tells me all the time how beautiful I am, no matter my size. He actually married me at 339 pounds, probably higher than that, like I said. And it's just the way that he loves me. We're getting off topic. He's great. Okay, so I actually ended up researching the surgery for about 2 years prior to even making an appointment with a doctor. I actually had a friend of mine who got the surgery, or a bariatric surgery done a couple years ago, and I saw that she had lost so much weight. And I asked her 1,000,001 questions. I asked her, like how long did it take her to get back to work? What was the process? How much was it? What doctor she went to? So I didn't end up going to her same surgeon just for insurance purposes. They wanted me to go somewhere else, which is fine. My surgeon was fantastic. Loved him. He did amazing. The one that my friend had sent me, Melissa, I'll link their information down below as well as my surgeon. But they had this online presentation that I went and looked through, and it was extremely educational, and I actually watched that presentation about 3 or 4 times over before making an appointment. And it was like a 5-part series of just one of the surgeons talking about, like the pros and cons to the surgery, more medical than personal. And I'll make another video sometime talking about like my personal experience with the surgery, because I think me compared to everybody else online, I had absolutely no complications and everything went a-okay. But I'm gonna make a video kind of about like pros and cons. I was thinking about like what I eat in a day video, showing you like kind of what it's like after VSG. But basically what they do is they cut 80% of your stomach out. So I can only eat the size of like a banana, and that's why they call it the sleeve. But basically there were 3 main reasons to me wanting to get weight loss surgery. And one of the reasons, it happened a while ago, but it still sticks with me. It probably happened about 5 years ago. I wouldn't even say I was that big. I was probably close to like 200 pounds, which in the sea of women out there, that's not very, in my personal opinion, that's not heavy at all. But I was actually at a fair with a friend of mine, and the way that my proportions are is like, to me, like I've got like a thin waist, kind of smaller chest, smaller up here, and then you get down and it's like love handles, big booty, big thighs. That's me. So we got on this ride, and it had already said outside of the ride that like this ride can only hold like a certain amount of weight, and like they can turn you away if need be. And while I was in line, I saw somebody else get kicked off the ride, but he was kind of a bigger dude. He was a stout dude. So I was like, I should be okay, I'll be fine. But lo and behold, got in the seat, wouldn't click. My biggest fear had come true. I got kicked off a fair ride. And that was, the most embarrassing, degrading thing that's ever happened to me. That was probably the first thing that happened to where I was like, okay, I need to lose weight. That was the first thing that was like, I'm serious, I need to lose weight. And at that same kind of time, that's when my friend Melissa had, gotten the surgery. She had been already like post-op a couple months, lost a good chunk of weight, and I was like, maybe I should kind of look into that. So the second reason is actually I couldn't tie my own shoelaces. I couldn't physically bend down to tie my shoelace. So I had to, like a 5-year-old, have my husband tie my shoes for me, put on my shoes and tie them for me like I was a child. And that was also one of the most embarrassing things that had happened to me. It wasn't so much in public, so I wasn't as embarrassed, but it was still pretty bad. And then my last and final reason really is just because I'm 24, recently married, and I want to have kids with my husband. When you are over a certain weight, it brings a lot of complications. So instead of putting my body or my baby through something like that, I need to get myself healthy before trying to bring another life into this world. So those are some of the reasons that kind of led me to get the surgery. Obviously, after doing 2 years of research, talking to multiple doctors, talking to a couple of my friends that had actually gotten the surgery, I did end up making the decision, and it was the best thing that I could have done for myself personally. I have tried almost everything and anything that you can think of, any diet, Weight Watchers, keto. I've tried it all, literally tried it all. And the closest thing I guess that I came to was I was on a diet for 6 months. I was very restrictive with what I ate, not in like calorie wise, but like I was eating salads instead of eating out every day, or I was eating healthy food instead of, McDonald's. And I was working out 3 to 5 times a week. And like I said, this went on for about 6 months, and I only lost 13 pounds. So the surgery has been such a great tool to help me continue my weight loss journey, and it continues to give me the motivation that I need every day to be able to get up and keep going on this journey, because it's hard. It's a really big mental game, and everybody said that, and I didn't expect it to be as bad as it was. I already struggle with depression and anxiety, and I had actually talked to a psychiatrist before getting the surgery. That was one of the requirements that my insurance had said that they needed. So I actually talked to a psychologist, and she told me up and down 1,000,000 times how much of a mental game it was. But it's just one of those, you gotta go through it yourself. And that's when it comes to the whole unhealthy relationship with my scale, because it's gotten to the point where even now with my weight loss, like, the scale controls my emotions for the day. So I've tried to stop weighing myself so much. I still do weigh myself because I do want to know that what I'm doing is correct, and that I am still going to continue to lose weight. But I don't weigh myself every day anymore. I just can't, because if it goes up, or even if it just stays the same, like, I'm having a bad day. And that's not good. Mentally, physically, it's just not good. And then the days where, like, I had lost half a pound or a pound or anything, I was over the moon and back, and I would, go walk a mile. But you can't let something like that dictate your emotions, your day-to-day emotions. So if you've come this far watching me, thank you. Thank you so much for your kind words, because I'm not going to read the mean ones. And like I said, I'm going to start posting videos probably once a week on my weight loss journey, everything that comes with my weight loss, because my life is consumed by it now. So why not? Like I said before, also, there wasn't a lot of personal stories out there, especially ones that I resonated with, so I thought that I would kind of put my hat in the ring, see if I can help anybody, because that's kind of my main focus here. Is I just want to be able to help people make the right decision for themselves. And surgery isn't always the right decision for everybody. I'm not saying just because it was right for me that it's right for you. I really think I messed up my metabolism, so I felt like there was no way for me to lose weight besides surgery. I had tried everything. Everything. But for me now, after surgery, before surgery, obviously, I did a lot more research the coming up months to my surgery, but it was just something that I wanted to do, and I'm really happy that I did. I'm going to make a video also just talking about, like, pros and cons, what to expect, things that you should have for the surgery beforehand, after, what it was like, things like that. So if you guys have any questions, leave a comment down below. Please subscribe if you want to watch my journey with me, and also give it a thumbs up if you liked it, if you thought it was informational. But thank you so much for listening, and I hope you guys have a good day.